It's sweet, it's sticky, it's ham delicious, it's super smoky. What else do you want in a ham? This is it. This is as good as it gets for ham. Amazing. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Gerardo Grills. My name is Gerardo. Today we're going to be doing a ham, but not just any regular old boring ham. We're going to be doing a double smoked ham using the Bradley P10 smoker you see here right behind me. If your family is like my family, there's a ham at pretty much every holiday feast that you have. There's usually some sort of a bird, a whole bunch of sides, and trusty old ham. But trust me, this is not like any regular ham that you normally have in the oven. No, we're going to be smoking that. So we're going to be using some cherry and some maple wood biscuits. We're also going to be glazing this ham right towards the end, and that smoke's going to add so much more flavor to it as well. So you're not going to want to miss out. Are you ready to get going? Let's go. All right, here we go. So here I've got a spiraled ham, and what a spiraled ham is essentially a bone-in ham that's been pre-sliced. So goes through a process where they slice these little bits out here, and it's sliced all the way down to the bone except for this last chunk at the top where you get to slice that yourself. Now this ham's already been smoked once as part of the cooking process before it went into the packaging. So what we're gonna be doing here is we're actually gonna be double smoking it, but really we're just heating this up to a safe temperature for us to eat. And that temperature is 145 degrees. One thing that's really important to do, since we're gonna be double smoking this ham, and it's gonna be going into the smoker at a lower temperature here for about 3.5-ish hours. Typically these in the packaging, you cook them at 300 or 350 degrees in the oven. So that, it's not there for a long period of time, and it cooks or heats up really quickly. Because we're going to be doing it over an extended period of time, we want to make sure we introduce a little bit of moisture into this ham so that it doesn't dry out on us here. I've got here just a bowl with some water and just a silicone brush here that I'm going to use to kind of just add a little bit of moisture in between each slice. Not a whole lot. You don't just gonna, you just really want to kind of get it a little bit damp and try to get every slice if you can. And this is also going to help with our seasoning here when we do our seasoning, because it's going to help the seasoning stick. All right, now that we've got a little bit of water into each slice, I'm just going to kind of give it a little brush on the outside just to give me a sticking surface for the seasoning. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be layering flavors onto this. I'm going to use two different types of rubs here. I'm using Tailgaters Party Rub. Now this is a good savory rub, and I'm also going to be using Suckle Busters Hog Waller pork rub. This is a little bit of a sweeter rub. So the ham naturally has some sweet flavors to it, so this is going to enhance that, and then the savory part is going to come out of this party rub. It's going to give us a great balance. I'm just gonna want to tilt mine back a little bit because I want some of this rub to get in between some of these slices as well. So I'm gonna tilt it back and just give her a sprinkle with the seasoning. And that's it with that one. So now we're just gonna do the same but with the other rub. And that's it. Really not a whole lot else to do here. We're going to now I want to make sure that I'm going to tuck all these little slices back in so it's nice and tight as possible so it doesn't have any more chance to dry out on us. So it's already pre-cut, which already makes it kind of predisposed to dry out in the cooker. So we want to make sure we kind of pack it tightly, just kind of like it was when it came out of the package. And that's it. It's super simple, and this is going to be absolutely delicious. So I'll show you when we put this into the smoker. All right, so here we go. We've got our smoker set to 260 degrees, and I've got in there a pan with some water and apple juice mixed in. And what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna put my ham here just over top of that pan on a rack. That pan is gonna give us some added moisture, which is what we've been after. And I'm gonna leave it in here until that probe there tells me that the inside temperature has reached about 125 to 130 degrees. And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give it a glaze. I'll show you how to do that glaze coming right up. All right, so let's make a glaze. Now some of these ingredients are gonna be optional to you, just really depending on your taste. I'm gonna be making a maple orange glaze to go along with our ham. I think those two flavors go really well together and they go awesome with ham. So let's get started. We're gonna start off with the base. This is about a half cup's worth of maple syrup. To that, I'm going to add about a tablespoon's worth of orange marmalade. Then I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons worth of Dijon mustard, and that's gonna cut through some of this sweetness. Next, I got about a ½ cup to 3/4 cup of light brown sugar packed. Next, we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup to just above a 1/4 cup's worth of orange juice. This is unsweetened orange juice. Last but absolutely not least, I'm gonna add a couple glugs of bourbon. Now, don't worry about the alcohol content on the bourbon. We're gonna cook it off through this heating process here. So I'm gonna turn my heat up to about a medium, and then I'm going to give this a whisk until we get it to start boiling. All right, there you go. You see it's all coming to a boil now. I'm gonna let it boil here for a couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna turn it down to simmer for a couple more minutes. So in total, we're gonna be doing this for about 5 minutes or so, 4 to 5 minutes. Really important that you boil it down if you're using bourbon. The bourbon's 100% optional for you. I just like the flavor of it. The alcohol in here cooks out while you're boiling it. If you don't boil it, you're gonna keep the alcohol in there and it gives a very different taste. From here, like I said, I'm gonna turn this down now to a simmer, and then I'm gonna just keep whisking it here for in the next couple of minutes every so often, just to make sure it doesn't burn. You don't want to burn this, it's going to give you a really weird taste. But that's it. This glaze is done, like I said, just on simmer for a couple more minutes, and then we are set. We'll be ready to glaze that ham once it's ready to go. All right, here we go. My thermometer's gone off, my alarm's gone off, and we're sitting at about 130 degrees. Hopefully you can see here. It's got a beautiful color set up, and it's looking really, really good so far. What we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a glaze. So I've got here that glaze that I made. What we wanna do is kind of pour this kind of all over, and I'm just gonna kind of try to scoop with my brush here into the ham. All right, so now that we've got a nice good glazing, we're gonna give this a close here, and I'm gonna come back in 15 minutes and do it again. Our internal temperature is showing to be at about 138, 140 degrees, and this will be our last glaze round here. Just gonna give it one more go. I didn't show you every time I did a glaze, but I've been coming out here every 15 minutes since it hit 130 degrees. So this is now my 4th one, and like I said, we're about 138 degrees, so this will be our last time. I'm gonna close this, and then I'm gonna turn the heat up to 300 degrees and let it go for the last 15 minutes until we get to the 140, 145 is what we're looking for, but I'll take it out about 142, 43 degrees. I'll show you when it's ready to go. All right, so this is ready to go. It's now been resting for about 15 to 20 minutes, and that's what it looks like. Just a little bed of lettuce with a few oranges for decoration. That's gonna look perfect on your table at Christmas time. Can't wait to try it because it smells amazing. Let's have a taste. Well, all right, so this is all finished up now. The internal temperature is at 145 degrees and we're ready to go. It smells so good. I can smell all that smoke. I can smell a little bit of that bourbon in from the glaze, and I can smell all the other flavors that we put in there. The orange marmalade that was in the glaze as well, all coming through. It smells awesome. Best thing about spiral hams is they're already pretty much pre-cut for you, so it makes cutting slices super easy. So let's just dive in and have some. Just gonna go and get some of these middle ones here, get right to the middle, and I'm just gonna slice a piece off. All right, here we go. That smoke is amazing. That rub in there, you can taste all the barbecue rub from the outside, from the bark that it built up. So good. Super smoky too from the double smoke. And that glaze, oh my. It's sweet, it's sticky, it's ham delicious, it's super smoky. What else do you want in a ham? This is it. This is as good as it gets for ham. Amazing. It's super easy to make too, so there is no excuse for you not to impress everybody this holiday season. It is absolutely amazing. Everyone's gonna love it. I guarantee it. Well, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see some more, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content. If you want to see some more of me, head on over to youtube.com/GrodGrills and subscribe to my channel there. Also, as you saw at the beginning of the video, there is a special offer available to you. If you'd like to purchase any one of the Bradley products that you saw in my video today, whether it's the smoker, the biscuits, or any one of the accessories that Bradley offers, head on over to bradley.com and use code GROD at checkout to save yourself a little bit of cash. Until next time, stay safe, enjoy the holiday season, and I'll catch you in the next Gerard Grills. Cheers.